Welcome to this BVTV Spotcast duo of two interviews coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. Until COVID, anxiety was possibly a word almost forbidden to be spoken in business. To confess to it would probably ruin your career. It did exist, but sufferers hid it, which probably made it worse. Then along came COVID, and suddenly it was sort of okay to talk about anxiety. Now, whilst talking can be a vital first step to a solution, I feel that less compassionate business leaders still regard anxiety as a weakness. I want you to find out the story behind anxiety. So who else to visit than the Anxiety Warrior herself? Welcome, Elke Scholz.
Hello, Malcolm. Thank you. Privileged to be here.
Oh, delighted to chat to you because, I'm going to tell everybody your websites and everything, but your book, The Anxiety Warrior, everything you've got is so much of the moment there. But where are you today?
Well, I'm here in my home and I live on 6 acres. I'm in Muskoka and I'm about 2 hours north of Toronto. Lots of forests and lakes. So very beautiful here.
Wow.
Sunny, as you can see the reflection on my face.
Yes, yeah. 6 acres, that takes some looking after, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's wild. So.
All right. Okay. I'm with you. Okay. So welcome to this BVTV Spotcast Network Duology. That's 2 Spotcast interviews. Elke, for episode 1, I said in my opening piece that I think far too many business leaders think that confessing to anxiety is showing a weakness and that employees will get sidelined. But it may be a big reason why 40% of employees, apparently in the US, are planning to leave a company this year. What should business leaders be learning about anxiety, and how should they actively help their teams to acknowledge anxiety and take steps to protect their health?
That's a great question. And one of the things is understanding. So as an employer is understanding that anxiety is part of our human spectrum. It's just part of who we are. And to say we don't have anxiety, is lying.
Yeah.
So we all have it in some form. However, it shows up at different ways for different people. And some people just call it stress because the symptoms, it's looking at what's happening with the symptoms. Now, where it gets problematic, Malcolm, is when it stops us from doing our job. Perhaps, where it's showing up is lack of focus, perhaps lack of motivation, tiredness, different things like that would be problematic in a work site.
Yeah, I've got you. I do feel, though, that we haven't unveiled everything yet on anxiety. I still feel it's suppressed at the moment. Do you?
Absolutely. And it needs more conversation. And anxiety doesn't need to be so mysterious, so feared, maybe is the right word. It's about usually, the body is saying, pay attention to something. There's something going on we need to look at. So, how can we make this an opportunity and listen to our bodies better? And one of the things that actually 2 words that I like to express, if people can remember, is awareness. So number 1, awareness. And number 2 is practice. So first, just be aware of how you're feeling. Sometimes we get so used to stress that, we carry on until we get exhausted. So really kind of slowing down, checking into our bodies, which can be a little bit scary.
Yeah. You're a tremendously experienced therapist, and obviously, I love the title, Anxiety Warrior. How easy is it or not for people to actually confess to having being stressed out?
Well, I hear what you're saying about the ease. I think, our culture is to be stoic, to be strong, to push through. We're told that, pull your boots up, forge forward, march forward, one foot in front of the other. We have this type of language. And so it's not perhaps if people could get the idea that it's not a weakness, it's just our bodies trying to communicate to us. And it's not so difficult to figure out. When I go and do public talks, we talk about the 11 layers of anxiety, and most people can lower their anxiety just by understanding and knowing that they can make some changes right away. And it's simple. It doesn't have to cost money. These are things that are very accessible. And Malcolm, I'm a very practical person. So these methods are tried and true with myself and my clients, and plus the feedback that I've gotten from my talks, and they work. Excellent. And they're easy to understand for sure.
Yeah. And are these solutions that you're talking about there in your book?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah. The first, we talk about the 11 layers. Then we talk about different types of anxiety. And then the rest of the book is all strategies. There's hundreds of strategies in there, and that's not an exaggeration. There's a lot of suggestions, a lot of ideas, not to overwhelm. That may sound overwhelming. However, each body is different. So my approach is that, what works for me may not necessarily work for somebody else. And we're all living a different life. We're in different situations. We're in different environments. It's all different. All our situations are different. So there's a smorgasbord. That's what I like to offer. And by understanding, and that's where this awareness comes, is you can pick and choose what works for you. Excellent. And that already makes it easier, right?
Yes, too true. Excellent. Thanks. Now, let me remind our audience of your URLs, your websites, your Duology too, which is obviously your personal website, which you can see, viewers, on the screen behind me, elkescholz.com, and your book website is anxietywarrior.ca. Now, let me just spell that out for listeners. Elke Scholz is spelled ELKE SCHOLZ, ELKE SCHOLZ.com. The website for the book is anxietywarrior.ca. Your book is called Anxiety Warrior and is published by The Artist's Reply. Anxiety is real and it's dangerous. I know, I've been there personally, but in no way do I regard myself as finished because of it. Elke's book needs to be on the bookshelf of every caring business leader. Don't miss episode 2 of this duology. Thanks, Elke.
Thank you. My privilege. Thank you.